Pooh Shiesty dad was first.
FBI, open up!
Shiesty daddy was first. Now they saying Big 30 got out today. I don't know what's going on, man.
Shout out to the OG, the YouTube Godfather, Vlad TV, and he just confirmed Big 30 from the Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane robbery case is getting out today. You heard it here first.
Is he snitching?
Now immediately everybody's gonna be like, oh, rat, snitch, this, that,
glad, you know what
Let's
I'm
jump
saying?
into the paperwork so y'all don't just start spinning conspiracy theories that aren't true. Now this document was filed today. This order addresses the government's motion to revoke file.
Where is it? What a date? 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 I don't see no date. I don't see no date. Oh, yes, I do. Today. Literally 6/4.
Today. This order addresses the government's motion to revoke the magistrate judge's order granting pretrial release to defendant Rodney Wright Jr., aka Big 30. Background. Big 30 is charged with a violation, kidnapping, and conspiracy to commit kidnapping for his alleged role in a conspiracy to kidnap, coerce, and rob 3 victims in a recording studio in Dallas, Texas. On April 6th, Big 30 appeared before U.S. Magistrate Judge Annie Kristoff in the Western District of Tennessee. Kristoff denied the government's motion to detain Wright and ordered Wright released on a $100,000 bond, secured by 10% with conditions including home detention, curfew, location monitoring, and travel restrictions. At the government's request, the judge entered a brief stay pending appeal of the release order to this court. So she granted him a bond, $100,000 at 10%, which means he only has to pay $10,000 if my math is mathing. He's gonna be on an ankle monitor. He's gonna be stuck in the crib, you know, whatever.
Curfew and shit.
But they put a stay on it, meaning he wasn't immediately released until this came through. Having reviewed the record developed by the judge, the court determines that the government has not met their burden of proof with respect to either danger to the community or flight risk. So what they just ruled is that nothing shows Big 30 is a danger to his community, and nothing shows that he's gonna jump on a plane, try to leave the country, go to Mexico, go to fucking wherever he could go. You know what I'm saying? They're saying we have no reason to believe we should be in fear of him being in society or trying to get up out of here.
But to be fair, I mean, honestly, Big 30 ain't really do much. Even in the paperwork, they said all Big 30 did was block the door. Listen, y'all, YouTube and Meta might owe you up to $1,000 if you or your child grew up on social media. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health issues, you should hear this. Recently, a jury just ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They know that their apps can cause anxiety, depression, or body image issues, but they never shared those risks with us. They never made us sign anything that we knew the risk. They just maximized their profits. And the recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. But you better not worry. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm that they have caused. Click the link in my bio to take a very short questionnaire quiz, because you might be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Which he could have been blocking the door. He could have just been standing there. They called him Big 30, not Little 30. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't really do nothing. They didn't ever say he had a gun. I don't remember ever hearing him saying, or hearing the feds saying that he got a gun. So it make perfect sense as to why he got out. But that don't mean that he's non-snitching, man. But that don't mean he is. But it don't mean he ain't. Do your homework on ain't.
Big 30 is alleged to have retrieved a bag containing firearms that enabled the initial armed coercion in this offense. Now, looking back at the original paperwork, this would be surveillance video of Pooh Shiesty and his team of goons, including Big 30, walking into the recording studio.
But didn't Big 30 bring him the gun?
Specifically what the studio layout looked like. So everybody else was waiting out here while Gucci, Big 30, Pooh Shiesty's dad, and Pooh Shiesty were inside of this area.
Right.
Now, again, Gucci told Pooh Shiesty they could reschedule their studio session, but Pooh Shiesty requested to speak with Gucci privately That's when those 4 men all went into this room that we see right here. Inside of the control room, Shiesty produced purported contract termination, released paperwork from a bag, and told Gucci to sign. When Gucci declined, Shiesty became Shiesty, and the pair started to argue. As the argument inside the recording room ensued, Shiesty instructed Big 30 to get his bag. 30 complied, leaving the recording room before returning with the bag. Shiesty then pulled what appeared to be a black AK-style pistol from the bag, pointed.
It said instructed. Damn, is it?
FBI, open up!
Is he your father? Instructed? I ain't taking no instructions from no nothing, nigga. If that ain't my damn daddy. The fuck wrong with y'all? If that ain't my damn dad, I ain't taking my
it at Gucci and demanded Gucci sign that paper. And there's that lyric, 830, pass me that Drake, or whatever the fuck it was. And this is what literally happened in real life.
That's literally what happened?
Big 30 went and got a bag, brought the bag back, Shiesty up that Drake on the Gooch.
I wonder if Big 30
So that's
knew
the
it
first
was a
thing
gun.
Big 30 is alleged to have done in this case.
Right.
The second thing would be he also allegedly physically barricaded a door in the recording studio to trap the victims inside and recorded the coerced signing of the contract release paperwork. So Gucci, with a Draco aimed at his face, would sign the paperwork for Shiesty while Shiesty's dad and Big 30 stood by. Gucci was not allowed to leave the recording studio while he was held at gunpoint. Big 30 pulled out a cell phone and purported to record Gucci signing the paperwork while being forced to say that he released Pooh Shiesty. Now, once they walked back into the studio, obviously Gucci's cameraman and his friend were there. Everybody pulls out guns. They get to robbing everybody, and then this happens. As the altercation inside the control room ensued, Big 30.
The crazy part though is that Pooh Shiesty, you know, you still signed to Gucci, right?
No!
That's the crazy part. You in jail. He at home, y'all calling him a snitch, and he getting rich off Pooh Shiesty every time you stream one of his songs. Ain't that crazy?
Walked over to the studio door to the lobby, closed it, and blocked it with his body, preventing the victims from leaving. Gucci's 2 security guards watched 30 barricade the door and attempted to force their way into the control room, but were prevented from entering.
So he barricaded them all.
Handguns drawn, the security managed to partially open the door, but recognized that they were outnumbered by the armed target suspects. So 30 was literally blocking the door, blocking Gucci's security from coming in. And apparently it looked something like this. Pooh Shiesty really had Big 30 ass blocking the door. But that's it. That's all of Big 30's contribution to this kidnapping case. Is he went and got a bag, some shit happened, and he apparently stood at the door.
Yeah.
Now the government suggested that 30 was armed during the incident.
I ain't gonna say it no more. Y'all finished or y'all done? Tell Gucci to sign it for Pooh so we can go. I ain't gonna say it no more. Stupid ass.
Resulting in these charges, but lacked clear and convincing evidence to support this. The court agrees with the government that the nature and circumstances of the charges against 30 and the weight of evidence against him are very serious. However, the remaining section factors favor his release. So what they're saying is the accusations are dead serious, but the evidence isn't there. And because of that, and because he's not a flight risk, and because he's not a danger to the community,
they can't hold him.
Y'all need to let him out.
Yeah.
Now 30 is 26 years old, lives with his father, and has 4 children that he actively parents and supports financially through his employment as a recording artist with NLS Entertainment. His criminal history is minimal. 30 received a charge of reckless endangerment and unlawful possession of a weapon for discharging a firearm on New Year's Day when he was 18 years old that resulted in judicial diversion, and 1 minor driving offense in Mississippi. 30 has never been convicted of a felony or a violent crime. There are no facts in 30's history to suggest that he is a flight risk. Therefore, 30's history and characteristics do not support pretrial detainment. Conclusion: the court finds that the government has.
You know what makes shit kind of suspicious about his dad though is his dad does this. His dad has been convicted of multiple felonies and multiple violent crimes. and he's on paper snitching. So maybe they let him go because like, hey, thanks for all that snitching. You can go home for now. Type shit.
Established that
I don't
30
know.
is a flight risk, or that the conditions of release imposed by the judge will not reasonably assure the safety of any person in the community. Accordingly, the court denies the government's motion. The court vacates any stay of the release order. So the only things on 30's criminal history is driving recklessly and shooting a gun off in the air on New Year's, which is like, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's like normal shit in the South. I mean, that's kind of normal anywhere, but in the South, it's more controlled because people tend to have more land. It's not that big of a deal. And I believe it's only a misdemeanor. And in this case, he got a judicial diversion, which is like, hey, you're gonna go to this program, promise not to do it again, and it's all gonna go away. 30 isn't even a felon, which means he can legally tow guns. And shout out to Spade TV official. 8 weeks ago, they would post, a source sent us exclusive footage of Big 30 on the yard. He was given a bond today, but he is still in jail after the government filed a motion to keep him from being released.
He looks silly as hell.
This is 2 still shots of him being on the yard, and people would comment, bro look confused as fuck. He trying to figure out how he ended up in that situation. Someone else would say, at least he ain't in PC. And someone else would say, somebody said that's how he stood at the front door. But again, my boy on the yard, that means a lot. So regardless of how he looks, I mean, you don't know if he's slapped, you don't know if this is his first time seeing the sun, you don't know how he's feeling. But he's outside, not outside in society, but he's outside on that yard. And what that means is he's doing what a lot of rappers don't do.
So what?
He's not hidden in confinement, he's not in PC, he's not hiding from nobody. He is 100%.
So what? Who cares? You in jail, bro. What the fuck does it matter? Y'all be worried about the wrong shit. He's in jail he's in a federal jail right now. What does it matter if he's in PC or general population? Why does that matter? He's still in jail. He can't go nowhere. He stank. He wearing somebody else's clothes that 1,000 other niggas in war. You know what I'm saying? He eating some bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, why do y'all give that so much credit? Like, who cares? He right at this point right now in his fucking life, he's a loser. He's in jail. That's the most loser shit you could do in life, is go be in jail. What does all that mean? So we supposed to congratulate him for not being scared? That shit is stupid. Who cares? Nigga, you're in jail. You don't, like, what the fuck?
In confinement, he's not in PC, he's not hiding from nobody. He is 100% accessible to everybody in that facility. He's not ducking nothing. That's respectable.
That's not respectable. Who gives a fuck? There's nothing about going to jail should get any respect. This is why y'all ass think this shit is cool. Yeah, nigga, I went to jail. I held it down. I ain't snitch and I ain't go to PC. Yep, I'm a real nigga now. Nobody give a fuck. I ain't gonna lie. The girls ain't gonna like you more. Nobody cares. You ain't gonna get no money for that. You don't get no extra privileges for that, nigga. You don't get no less time for that. Nothing. You don't get nothing. You don't get nothing. You don't get no extras. You don't get nothing. You just get to feel tough. Great. Good job. What did that get you? You still in jail. There's nothing to respect about a nigga that's in jail, bro.
Amongst the criminal culture, the hip hop culture. You go to jail, you're supposed to stand on it. And he's standing on it, so you gotta respect it, right? He really didn't do anything to be put in there except go get a bag and maybe stand at a door. It doesn't sound like he pulled out, robbed anyone, nothing like that. But he's holding his homie Pooh Shiesty down, and that is important. Because Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty go back further than a lot of y'all realize. This post says Shiesty gets emotional that Big 30's still alive and with him today. And this was after they reunited, after Shiesty got released from state prison. And I mean, so it's like these two have been together for a long time. I can't really show y'all the rest of this video, but this is one of his day ones. He's not going all sad behind his brother. And if you live this type of lifestyle, that is the exact type of friend you want behind you. After reading everything, I feel like 30 might have a great chance at beating this case.
For sure. He always
If not, pleading out to a very minimal offense, because he always really only did
the best chance.
Minimal
he
things.
Didn't do nothing.
It wasn't necessarily him that did any kidnapping. Yeah. It wasn't necessarily him that forced anyone to do anything. What are you gonna say? He stood by a door? I'm sure a lawyer can come up with a nasty defense for that right there. But hey, let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section.
Unless somebody snitch. unless somebody snitch. But yeah, 30 always had like the best chances of beating it. I don't know about Pooh Shiesty because he gonna get snitched on. Them other niggas, they gonna get snitched on. The two people that have any type of chance of getting out is Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty dad. You know what I'm saying? But if they can try to prove that Pooh Shiesty dad helped plan it, then it might get gravy because Pooh Shiesty dad got a long rap sheet. If he had, but I don't know.